Is there an inn nearby? I can do this with my moonstone. But I'm not gonna do that. Why should I? No way.
Go fiddling with any locks around here. We're going to have a real problem.
Ah, mine is there. There's a mine.
What is it?
Well, yeah, I just want to know if there's a place where I can stay. It doesn't look like it. Fort Greenwald discovered.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. Die, damn you! You can't hide from me. Ah, found you. Here. That's your best, huh? You start running, I'll stab you in the back. I cannot best you.
Well, where's the odd girl? Don't tell me she fell somewhere down and is dead. Please don't tell me she's dead. Yeah, she's dead. Well, at least it looks like it. Oh man. This is silly, man. This is really silly.
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax for the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? I think you'd be a little smarter than that. I think you'd be a little smarter than that. All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate. The gate's unlocked. You can head inside when you're ready.
I am ready.
Another run-in with a thief's guild.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers and you could end up in Riften jail. Or worse.
They represent the
Don't say something. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs.
I just don't want...
The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket and the Thieves Guild watching their back. So keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for him. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Pleasure doing business with you. So what do you want to know? The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him. The only thing... He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with... Get in good with them and you'll find her. kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you. Hey, you, get over here. I want to talk to you.
Oh, she's not dead.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Huh? What do you want? I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Yes. Horses are my whole... I hope to open my own stables one day. But I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected.
Did she went somewhere? No, she disappeared. The Bee and Bob.
People of Riften, heed my words. The return of the dragons is not mere
I knew that
coincidence.
stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke.
Put down your
End of
flagons
story.
filled with your vile liquids, and embrace the teachings of the handmaiden of Kai.
Don't know why you'd help a stranger like that. But a septum's a septum. You can tell Shadra his debt's been paid.
Never done an honest
I hope we
day's
bump
work
into
in your
each other
life for all
again.
that coin you're carrying. Hey, lad.
Aware of the chaos
Never
they've
done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying. Hey, lad. I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I
Very
can
well,
tell.
Talon. I'll remove myself.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Maybe you'd like a taste. I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra... And in my line of work, extra hands? Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his... Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him. I can take a hint, lad. You want to make some coin? Come find me.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit. Riften's biggest exports used to be fishing and honey until the Blackbriar family moved in. Now the Matery is the biggest game in town. The Thieves Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside. Mjol the Lioness used to adventure across Skyrim before she settled down in Riften. I hear it all ended when she lost her enchanted blade. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Nice tale. For some reason,
Look, I
Agonia.
already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting.
Look at his eyes.
I was hoping you'd offer. I didn't think it was my place to ask such a favor of you. I thank you. Every Argonian wedding proposal band is supposed to have 3 flawless amethysts as part of their design. 2 of the gems, the ones on the outside, represent the couple to be married. One for the husband, one for the wife. The amethyst in the center represents the Hist, the entity that all Argonians consider a sacred part of our lives. 3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujamma. They're vermin. Garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a hort. How appropriate they should live in the ratway with the rest of the trash. Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves' Guild's territory. If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Black... Ah, well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth.
Important deliveries to make.
Shame.
No time for chatting.
You would have fit the bill nicely.
Important deliveries to make. No time for chatting.
Look, I already said Shadra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought. Why hire a common soldier to protect you when you can have a master of the arcane? The only thing better than a powerful...
My husband, Bercy, will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about him. All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now
My food is the best in all... I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in... He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them... Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancients. Careful, though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there.
Good.
They live below the streets, in the ratway, like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out. Just what you see here.
I don't want to be rude, you know, but I never saw a toilet in the game.
Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are
So my
dangerous.
question is, why do they need a sewer if they don't have a fucking toilet? I never saw a fucking toilet, believe me.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim.
Visiting Riften?
Can I interest you in
welcome
some
to the
fine goods
Temple
from
of Mara.
There's
Morrowind?
nothing like only the best in all of. Started out with a single fishing pole, and now I have an entire building and 2 boats to my name. Not bad for a middle-aged Nord, eh? Too bad I haven't had the same success helping this city shed its poverty. And even Nord thinks I'm wasting my time trying. But I disagree. I sell my catch across a good portion of Skyrim. The only untapped market left is Markarth. However, I just got word that Klepper at the Silver Blood Inn might be interested. If you're headed that way, I would appreciate you delivering a purchase agreement for me. Good. Klepper will pay you as soon as you arrive with the letter. Yes, I suppose someone has to be around here. Have you seen the condition of this sorry excuse for beggars roam the streets, crime runs rampant, and the threat of the paltry amount of coin that I place in the charity box at the temple is the least I can do to help. Nivenor is my wife. How I was ever able to meet such a gorgeous... We're at odds about my charity. She thinks the people in this town have become lazy and expecting a handout. I tried to include her in my lessons for Maramal over at the Temple of Mara, but she prefers to shop instead. Different strokes, eh? Remember to give at the temple.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
What the fuck is that?
Or grow back that missing limb with my genuine Falmer blood elixir.
You gonna buy something? Or just... You gonna stare all day or buy some armor?
The fairest prices and the highest quality.
There are ruins... If I were you, I'd keep my feet... Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely... I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns. I'll teach you how to use it effectively, and keep you quick on your feet. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold.
You looking for something or what? Of course not. You expect me to... My niece Svana helps me with the chores. She'd be more help if she kept her head out of the... She's been with me ever since her parents were killed by bandits and she was dropped in my lap. I don't know why I bother.
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thief's Guild. Or so they'd have you believe. It's all lies. They're just thugs, vermin, creeping around the
Ah, the Temple of Mara.
Blessings of... How may I help you, my son? Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim? Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony. Here you are. Now, remember, people in Skyrim respond to deeds. You'll find more people interested in your love if you help them. Good luck. Mara bless you. Of course. I'd be more than happy to add a donation. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use. Of course. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to... Of course. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. As you wish. Whatever you can afford will certainly be put to good use. Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace. Love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times, but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm. May you return to her benevolence in safety.
Is she crying blood? It looks like it.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
Oh, Hall of the Dead. Isn't that nice?
Come to laugh at the grave tender? I can see that disapproving look in your eye. If you're trying to ask if I tend the Hall of the Dead alone, then the answer is yes. You think anyone around here is going to lift a shovel to help me? Guess again. Leave the dirty work to old Alessandra. Look, I didn't ask for this job. I got stuck with it thanks to my father. My father was a priest of Archay. All my life was spent around the dead, being forced to learn the proper burial rituals and prayers. I never had any friends. Who'd want to spend time with the weird little girl who hangs around dead people? So I grew up with a miserable trade. This is all I know how to do. Prepare and inter the deceased. I'd like to make the journey to the Hall of the Dead in Windhelm, and give my ceremonial dagger to Anders, the caretaker. I believe once it's interred with my father's remains, I'll be at peace with his memory. I hadn't asked you because I was afraid you'd say no. I appreciate your help. Here, I'm entrusting you with the dagger. Bring it to Anders and he'll take care of the rest. A priest of Archay is entrusted with a ceremonial dagger once they've completed their training. It's usually given by the head priest who sanctified the ritual. In my case, the head priest happened to be my father. The thing is, I never wanted to follow in his footsteps. In some ways, I still don't. I had to, for honor's sake, but I had waited too long. My father died before he could see my training to completion. When I finally became a priest, they gave me the new High Priest's dagger, but I already owned my father's. So you see, I have to return it. It breaks tradition, and I need to tell him that I finally did what he wanted. Be cautious. The pilgrimage to the shrine is not an easy one.
Well, it's also kind of sad.
How can a humble servant? He's the protector of man, the dragon of the north, the patron of all Nords. And despite the Imperials and their treaty, he will always be one of the 9 divines. A devout Nord would rather fall in battle and have his blood spill upon the earth than allow the Empire to strike his name from the divinity. Talos is part of our culture. He's part of our heritage and our tradition. He's Skyrim personified. To suddenly have all that wrenched away is like losing someone you hold dearly in your heart. The Empire already took my daughter from us, but by Talos, they will not take our homeland. I trained our daughter Lilia as a healer to one day tend the shrine of Talos and replace me as a priestess of Talos. When the fighting began over the white gold concordat, she ran off to join the Stormcloaks. She had her father's fire. How could I say no? She died out there, only having tended to the wounded soldiers for a few months. We never even found her body. The Empire burned all the dead.
Let me guess, she's still alive.
Talos guide you.
Let's save. Let's end it for the day.